Biafra, for as far as their state is still in Biafra region, they will still remain as Biafran state at the end of the day. When Biafra comes, they will still be Biafran state. They will still accept Biafra. But in the process of the plebiscite, you will always see hands and figures that stands to say thumbs down. Do you know why those things happen? It's because of the fear of being free and the fear of also seeing that, oh, I am not sure how the process will be. I am not sure if this thing that we are starting now, if we would courageously take it to the end. Yeah. And so this fear will be in you. The fear of not being sure. The fear of being fickle-minded. Because many of you are even exercising such fears now. Some of you are, the same people that love what NNAMDI KANU was doing, or love what Wazirike was doing, or love what Atari Lobuwa was doing, or love what Mazi Monegba was doing, or love what Mazi NKERE was doing since Mazi Monegba was imprisoned. Many of you today are being confused. Yeah, it's part of the process. Yes. That's why me understanding how these things works, I don't spend my time talking about your lackadaisical and what has befallen you in the course of your decision making, because it is common in every freedom fighting. So I salute all Biafrans, and we encourage everyone to come and support Biafra. You must support BDF. You must support BRUJI. If there was no BDF, they said Kwara government reacts to bandit video clip on their abducted children. All of you have seen over 100 babies, women, and children in the hands of Boko Haram paraded in the media. There is another report that says suspected Boko Haram killed 21 people fresh in Niger State. This one now is just 28 minutes ago. Let me repost it for them to see. 28 minutes ago. So this would have been happening in Biafra land. Now they hear me? All this genocide you see, the target was, and the central point was Biafra land. It wasn't to be staged and managed and carried out in Benwell. It wasn't to be done in Samfarao. I want all of you to remember something. Yesterday, I talked about the states where the Sharia were established, and then in those states that the Sharia were established, if they established Sharia and instituted it into the Constitution since 1999, what stopped them to have started destroying those people since then? This is one thing you should ask yourself. Why were they coming down south to look for our lands? Are you people getting the point? In Nigeria, Sharia was instituted into the Constitution amendment that was done in 1999. And then since 1999 coming down, you now know that Zamfara State, Kano State, Sokoto State, Katsina State, Bauchi State, Borno State, Jigawa State, Kebbi State, Yobe State, Kaduna State, Niger State, Gombe have Sharia in their constitution. And then, starting from then, they now have the power to cut somebody's head off and cut somebody's hand in the name of blasphemy, and also in the name of violating the Sharia ethics. So my question to all of us here is, If these people instituted the Sharia since 1999, and from 2000, it was well organized in their 12, or how many states? Many states is here. Yeah, 12 states. Okay. Why didn't they start executing everybody there? All that far coming. Why did they start coming down south to look for our lands in the name of Ruga? Ah, you need to understand this. They placed these states in their Sharia and they implemented everything. And then they were now looking for where they will reap, where they will use as the scapegoat first. They wanted to come, infiltrate your land, plant them, so that when they are now done with you, taking over your lands, when they start wiping you and coming, they know that they already have their status in the 12 northern states. So when you minus 12 northern states from 36, how many remain? Aha, you know that you have 24 left. So having stationed in the 12 and implemented all their ethics, they now look over to see that the other 24 that is left there could be a threat. So they needed to come over to that 24 to see a way of cutting them down, infiltrating and taking over, and also trying to destroy. So that if they succeed, and when they succeed there, these other 12 will be their base. Yes. So when you're asking yourself, oh, if they had 12 states that they have implemented Sharia, why don't they go ahead to implement to practice their Sharia there and focus there in their 12 states? What is the cause of them coming over to the other 24 states? What do they want to come and do there? Because it's like you have lands in Biafra land, and then everybody is a Biafran. You should be okay to implement the traditions of Biafra there. Worship, whatever you want to worship, do your Biafra thing. Why do you need to move from Biafra land now to say you're going to Niger State or Samfara State to go and implement Biafra in Samfara, to go and implement Biafra in KANU, to go and implement Biafra in Kaduna? Why? When you have great landmarks for Biafra already. By the time you move and say you are trying to move out of Biafra to go and force the people of Samfara and KANU, Sokoto, Katsina, Bauchi, Borno, Jigawa, Kebbi, Yobe, Kaduna, Niger, and Gombe to become Biafra, it means you have a conquest agenda. You have a different aim. Your aim was not just for you to get your Biafra and enjoy your Biafra. Your aim was to use your Biafra to destroy other people and then take over their lands. So now that they have tried and they have implemented their Sharia in these 12 states out of 36, and then 24 is left, they now try to go into the 24 to launch attack and see if they can destroy it, to take over. The 24 seems kind of resistive. Not all these 24. It's just few from these 24 that have seems to be resistive. So from this now, they are coming back. They are now coming back to this, their core 12 states now, to start doing what? Because you have resisted them in the 24 states. They are coming back now to this, their core 12 states, to start eliminating anything that has to do with you. Because you have not allowed them access to infiltrate the 24 states. That's why they are coming back to come and try to take full control and to expunge anything Christian, anything Jewish, Anything that does not imbibe with their Sharia in the 12 states. Are you all getting the point? When you sit down and see that they now move their cattle and coming down south, they now move their cattle to come down to our side. They came for something, and now you're resisting them. And now they are now trying to go back. Since you're resisting them and you're stopping them, they are trying to go back to make sure they capture their 12 and stand very firm and to expunge anything that has to do with you or any resemblance of you from the 24th state that have not allowed them to take over your 24 other states of Christianity. But what will Nigeria tell you? Nigeria will tell you that the 12 core states happens to actually be the dominance of Nigeria. You see the lies they tell you? How can 12 core states that is Sharia implemented of Islam be now more than 24 out of 36 states? You see the scam that is happening in Nigeria. And then as they focus on their 12 states, they will now look at some weak states of the other 24 who are neighboring to them, who has become so volatile because of their uh, proactiveness or unprovoked nature. Because some of them have wanted to be unprovoked. When you listen to some documentaries, you hear some people say in some states, they say, oh, the people of my community have been a peaceful and unprovoked people. We have never had any issues with the Fulanis and the Muslim or the Islamic people. So with that now, they see your subtlety. With that now, they see your weaknesses. With that now, they entered you and made use of that weakness mind, because you're talking about peace with
Investment.
weakness and not peace with strength.
Julius, what are you
So
doing
they
here?
now utilize that your
What are you
weakness
doing here with
and
your
infiltrate. That's why you see
criminal for
that
investment? Let me
places
catch
like
you.
Kwara, places like Plateau, places like Benue is being taken over. People of Kwara State are running away from their own land, going over to Cameroon to go and seek refuge. When Nigerian government are celebrating and telling you that there is no genocide in Nigeria. People in Benue, over 600,000, are sleeping under tarpaulin in IDP camps. When the government of Nigeria sponsors the terrorists who have taken dominance of 12 core states to now send you out of your land and then take over the lands, raise their flag of conquest, and then Nigerian government sends you to IDP camps. Let me see if we have time. I will read David's publication of what he saw in Nigeria as he went to do the visiting. Let me see. Okay, David went on to say, churches burned, field destroyed, and families slaughtered. The Nigerian Christian brutalized by jihadists. And the horrors I saw on the front lines. David Patrick Tarakos. Where is the write-up? Hold on, let me get the write-up. David Tarakos, so that some people will also hear David's side of the story of what he saw, as bad as it was. Oh, I think before you can read David's publication, you will need to sign up. Okay. I've not signed up to Daily Mail subscription. All right. But the front page shows that churches burned, fields destroyed, and families slaughtered. The Nigerian Christians brutalized by jihadists. and the horrors I saw on the front lines. David Patricaracos. All right. Since we don't have much time and we are preparing to start our fundraising, I'll pass the mic to those on the microphone and those that want to say something. Thank you so much to everyone. Um Remember that we need to support BDF and BRGI while we have our leaders in prison. Nigeria is burning. Yeah. And more Nigerians are dying on daily basis. They are not just dying because of one flu or another. Before, they used to deceive the international community that they were dying of flu and they were also dying of climate change. No, it is not climate change that is killing them. It's not climate change that is killing them. It is the Nigerian government, jihadist terrorists that is sponsored by the government that is killing them. That is the true nature of. Okay, I think I've seen something from the screenshot of the front page of the newspapers where David just screenshotted. David says, driving through the vast Scotch landscape, I hear the words that have followed me all day. They roasted the pastor and his wife alive in the church. We heard their screams. Plateau State stretches to the horizon. Rich black soil that once grew cassava and sugar cane is now ash. Trees are entrusted with roots. Fields of maize that shone gold in the sun are gray and lifeless. Stalk after stalk, standing in formation like an army frozen in defeat. Bricks scattered in the scrub, concrete blocks from the head like jerk teeth. I can't say it well because they made a screenshot, but the thing is not very clear. Book have collapsed inward, and then come the charges. Burn out shall after burn out shall, cross broken, windows blown through, one has engulfed by fire, Another reduce is rubble. It's though someone has tried to erase every visible sign of Christianity from this land. Far more than 2 decades. This stretch of Nigeria's middle belt, the front line where the largely Muslim north meets the predominantly Christian south, have compelled in recurring waves of bloodshed. According to the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project, thousands have been killed in one state alone, while early 2000s state alone strive. The Nigerian security trackers estimated that more than 60,000 people have died nationwide in communal and insurgent violence in 2001 or 2011, since 2011. So this is what they've been using to deceive the people before that it was communal clash. No, there's nothing like communal clash. I can't see it all. When I go and subscribe to Daily Mail, I'll be able to see the proper write-up and then get everything. So please join us in the fundraising to support Biafra because we need to continue to protect our babies, women, and children from being slaughtered by these terrorists. And one more thing, $5, $10 is not what will stop the terrorists. When you come to fundraising, please donate something with your whole heart. Don't have $20 and then you come and then you use the $20, you divide it into four, you come first. You take 30 minutes and speak, and then you donate $5. You come back, you take another 30 minutes, speak, and donate another 5. You come back and do the same until you complete the $20. No, that is a shame. You cannot tell me that in a week that you spend $5, you spend $10, you spend $20, you spend $50. I want all of us to be true to ourselves. The God that has blessed you did not give you spirit of weakness and spirit of cowardice. He gave you spirit of boldness and of sound mind, and he has enriched you. Some of you use your hands to make yourself a pauper. Some of you use your hands to weaken your riches and your prosperity. It is those that give out that gets more blessing. If you come to give in fundraising and you're giving cunningly, that is how your business will now turn down to be cunning, and everything will not be coming because you're doing it grudgingly. When you come, give something you know that can afford something. If somebody is giving 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,000, if 5 people are giving 500, or 5 people are giving 300 to 200, how much is that? And then when you now come and then you're giving 20 ejema, 10 ejema, 20 ejema, is that 20 ejema, 10 ejema that you spend 4 hours? At the end of the day, you're having 1,000 or 2,000. Let me ask all of us a question. If Nigerian government estimated that our lobby firm and attorney that we are paying, was it 60,000? They said, calculate 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 in the 4 Saturdays that you have in a week. Is that up to paying the lobbies? Is that up to paying the attorney? Is that up to taking care of logistics that needs to come from the other end? Don't make caricature of yourself. Because some of us will say, oh, let me go and make caricature of them. You pick up the mic. I am donating 10 ejema. I'm donating 20 ejema. Even if you are working or you don't go to work, you stay uh, with your husband or your boyfriend. Does your boyfriend give you only 50 ejema in a week? In a week. Does your boyfriend give you only 50 ejema in a week? And do you spend only 50 ejema in a week? You yourself, you spend only 50 ejema in a week for yourself. This is freedom fighting we are talking about. And this is what will make part and parcel of what will take care of your lobbying and your logistics in defending your babies, women, and children. So give something you know that can afford and can do something. Don't make mockery of your freedom. That is why these terrorists, they see that you love iron hand, and they will prefer to come and kidnap you. When they kidnap you, they know that 1,000 ejema that you don't want to bring out to support Biafra, they will double it to say it is 100 million ejema that they need from you. You will go and sell lands and sell houses and sell cars and sell everything and even borrow to come and pay up. You pay it up to where? To the terrorists. But when we are now coming to beg you now and say, oh, please, bring 1,000, bring 500, bring 200, bring 300, it hard you to bring out. That is why in freedom fighting, we don't need too much talking. We need those that are pocket inclined, money inclined to bring money to support. Yes, when we now get into the full administration of Biafra in Biafra land, then your certificate will now be speaking. But while we are still fighting for the freedom, it is money that we need, not certificate, not professorship, not engineer name, not a PhD name, not all these big names. What we want is money. Bring your money and support the freedom, and let us make a difference. Without money, we cannot make a difference. Israel that you see today fought for their independence to be free. And 97% of the money that was raised in exile. And they were dominants in America. The Israelis that raised so much money for the independence of Israel, they were the Jewish Americans. They were based in America. So they worked hard and they brought good amount of money to support their cause for their freedom. So when we are telling everybody to bring out money, then you are coming to donate 10 Gemma, 20 Gemma. You should ask yourself, can you give 10 Gemma to your child that is going to school to buy biscuits for complete 1 week? Is it 10 Gemma that your child will use to buy biscuit in school? Is it 10 Gemma that your child or 20 Gemma that your child will use for complete 1 week? Because fundraising is once in a week. So do your donation based on the way God has blessed you and do it wholeheartedly so that you get wholehearted reward from the God of creation. I salute all of you and see you all the time fundraising. Onyenyere, over to you. You're on the mic. Thank you. Those that want to speak and join the mic, it's not when you see that we have 5 minutes to
Go
close.
to
You now rush to come
Twitter.
to the mic. Or you want to
Israel,
wait
go
to
to
hear what
Twitter and
Onyenyere
grab
said
the
first.
mic.
Before that will now spark your head before you say, I decided to come to the mic because of what Onyenyere said.
Some
So
people
if
in
Onyenyere did not say
Facebook are
something,
asking
you will
how
not
to
come to the
connect.
mic.
Can you
You
hear
will
me
not
now?
come
Go
to Go ahead, sir.
People in Facebook and YouTube asking questions in the comment section how to connect. Please go to Twitter. Our leader told everybody to create Twitter account. X.
Onyenyere,
Go
you
there,
lost
that's where
connection.
they
Go
grab
ahead,
the
I can
mic.
hear you.
Not in TikTok, not in Facebook, not in YouTube, not in Instagram. I know we are live in everywhere. Yes, Israel Friday, go there. Yes, everybody that want to speak, go and grab the mic.
Can you hear me?
Twitter.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
Ahead. We are hearing you. They won. Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, they won.
Let me follow our supreme leader, Mazi NNAMDI Okukalu, His Excellency. I also greet our former Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko, the Obato Obie. I greet our current NKERE. The media giving it woto to the zoo terrorist government. I want to greet our BDF wherever they are. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to protect them. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to give them strength to pursue and to drive every Fulani and those that are slaves to Fulani, because there are people who have decided that in this life that they want to live as a Fulani, they want as a slave, and they want to die as a slave.
Yeah. Go down and come up again or restart your phone because you're breaking so much. Go down, come up again or restart your phone.
Okay.
Yeah, restart your phone and come back because you're breaking. Tutos, go ahead. Toti, you're back on the mic. Tutos, go ahead.
Yes, our information minister, Ndewo, and I thank you for hosting us for these few hours before our fundraising will start. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you, and we appreciate our leaders. We appreciate our Prime Minister, His Excellency Ogechukwu NKERE. We appreciate all the cabinet members that are present here in this space and those that will listen to it later. We say thank you so much for your contributions and your sacrifices for us to reach the level that we are today. Yes, Biafrans, you have seen the topic on the space, and I wish to also appreciate everyone here in the listening section and our senior citizens in the house. Welcome. We appreciate all of you. Thank you for gracing this moment with us. And we know that in the next 1 hour, we will all move to where it matters, which is our fundraising. Thank you. So, Biafrans, you've seen the topic. We should support our BDF, and we have to support Brigi. Our Onyendo and Simon Ekpa in prison while Nigerians die more daily. We all know the reason why our leaders were kidnapped. Both of them were kidnapped. That is the right word I have to use this evening. And I think I don't owe anybody apology for that. Because if they were not kidnapped, why did they not release them to be with us? We need our freedom. And today, we know that our freedom is not in their hands, but we have to do what we are supposed to do to bring them out, because they have trained us enough. If you look at the trending news, our information minister has elaborated on it enough, and we have been saying this on a daily basis. But first thing I want to ask, how many of us today have made a tweet concerning Brigi? It is very easy for us to come to the space, line up, listen to what the speakers are saying, but on our own part, what are we doing? Have you created any post today to tell the world what Biafra Republic government in exile is doing? Point number one. As I said yesterday, we have a lot of work to do now in the media. While the US Congress are busy there with their bills, they have just started the first one, and you could see that everyone in Nigeria, they are panicking. They are coming out to defend Kwankwaso. Oh, he's an angel. Oh, why are you mentioning his name? And his colleague came out and said, it cannot be him. Oh, you cannot mention. And who is that colleague? What is his name? Rufai, El Rufai. You cannot mention him. He's an angel. Why have you not mentioned others? If you go back and listen or read the bill, you will see that Raleigh Moore is saying others, many of them will be added to this. This is just the first part of it. It cannot be only Kwankwaso. Many will be added. How do you think the world was able to even hear what is happening in Nigeria? It is the result of the Biafra Republic government in exile. So your own part now is to make sure you document everything. Keep it handy. Keep the names handy. But as I ask, how many of you have even made a post today to tell the world that this is the origin of this bill? This is the people that heralded the genocide of Christians in Nigeria, Biafra Republic government in exile. And to be honest, I've checked all your handles. Posts are not many as before. We have to sell Brigi, both in the social media and finance. The time has come. This is not the time to talk too much. This is the time for action. This is the time to tell your government, what can I do? You have to do something, not the government telling you what to do. We are all adults and we need this freedom, except you don't need it. And then you sit on the fence and expect the government every time. Did you share post today? Did you even tweet? Did you create one? We are not in KG. Yes, we have graduated. I think now we are in the higher institution. No more KG. It is those that are saboteurs that are still in KG. Because why? They have lily-livered. They are lily-livered people. They cannot withstand the sound or trumpet of gun or of war. Whenever they hear any slightest sound, they will panic. They will begin to cry. They will run up and down. Where should I go? What should I do? We have passed that level. What we need now is a J and a Gemma, so that we can prove to the world that our leaders were not the one that triggered us. That whatever we are doing it because we need freedom. And our freedom is not in their hands. It will never be. Go back to the news today. You will see that while our leaders are in prison, 27 Nigerians die every day. So we cannot wait. We must fund and support the work now. It is now or never. Nigeria is panicking. Did you see Tinubu has gone for fishery, whatever? Say, while people are dying, they are going for fishery occasion to see how they are catching fish and all that. Misplaced priority. The wife came out yesterday and said, oh, all this one is because they want to destroy the work of her husband. And which husband? All the lies that they have, spewed everywhere in the world is not yielding fruit because of the work of the Biafra Republic government in exile. Did you know that? So if you look at the number of people that have died in just 41 days between 1st of January and February 10, let me just keep it at February 10, almost 1,500 people have died in Nigeria. Within 2 months, it's not even up to 2 months yet. And more will continue to die. But can we prevent it from happening in our land? The answer is yes. If me and you will tune in, whether you are there in fundraising or not, our website is open 247 for you to drop your Ejema and your Eje. I said yesterday, how many of you have paid your liberation tax? You are supposed to pay that before 15th of every month. Those in Benue State are looking for BDF. They are saying within themselves, if only we even have a 50th of them, there will be no killings in their communities. They don't have. But we that have, what are we doing? We don't value what we have until Fulani will take over our land. Then we start crying and looking for who to blame. We will now turn to Musa, looking for who to blame, looking for a Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere to blame, looking for our media ministers Sonia Akparawa to blame. I've been looking for Toti to blame. Instead of you to blame your pocket, that when it was supposed time for you to bring out Eje and Ejema, you were sitting on the fence looking for who to castigate. The United States of America have done their part. The remaining one is left for us. We need to expand in what we are doing. And we can only expand with our Eje and our Ejema. Today is fundraising. Tomorrow we have a town hall meeting. Go to our handle now. All of us that belongs to Brigi. How many of you have even shared the flyer for our fundraising this night? Ask yourself. Because this is the question you must ask yourself and also give an answer. How many of you have shared the flyer for tomorrow's town hall meeting? Ask yourself and then also answer. How many of you have paid your liberation tax? Ask yourself and also answer. If you go back to everyone, let me say 95% of those that have been killed in Nigeria are Biafrans. Biafrans that migrated because they have packed all our resources to the northern part of Nigeria, and then they blindfolded us, they treated our minds, use psychological warfare to tell us it is when you migrate and leave your land that you can make it only in the city. We all abandoned our homes, moved down to the north, and then we became sacrificial lamb for all of them. They killed us at will because we are sharing the same country with them. But there is a way out. We have every structure down. Stop waiting. Be aggressive with your Ije and your Ijema. Do not let anyone mislead you. Ask yourself, who is in Washington, D.C.? Biafra Republic government in exile, not Orabo Fulani, not Ema. Go back and listen to that man that they brought to their program. Unquote, a lawyer. I don't blame the man because I'm told that the man has how many grandchildren? 24 grandchildren and 8 children. The man is already having too much load on his head. And he came out and spoke the truth. The same man that they packaged him very well. Oh, he is going to make things happen. Today, Simon Ekpa, our first prime minister, will be out. All that we need is funding. If only we can get funding. Now. We know 2027, even with a date, he will be out. All they need is money. The man has come out to tell them, you see, the earlier you start prayer and fasting, the better. Start prayer and fasting. I'm telling you now that I don't know Finnish law. I am not acquainted with their legal structure. But what I know is that by God's grace, The man is very, very sincere. To show you that it is only what me and you and what Briggy will do that will bring our leaders out. Nothing more. Nothing more. Absolutely nothing. There is nothing like prophecy in this one. And our former prime minister knows it very well. If you go back and listen to what the man said, when they asked the man that question, he said, this is a difficult question. But I must tell you the truth, that all the profile that you made concerning me, I have become your savior, it doesn't work like that. Our first prime minister knows that it is only what Briggy will do that will bring him out. And what will Briggy do? Briggy will only do things to happen if you fund. We have lobbyists. We have our government. We have our security. We need to fund. There is nothing else that anybody can do. Our ex-prime minister knows that this thing that they are doing, the detention they've given to him, that he himself is a political prisoner. And he told the man, you see, what you can do is to write to the what? Minister of Foreign Affairs. He has lost trust completely in the judiciary system of Finland because he knows that it cannot be manipulated. You cannot alter their template. So imagine what he could tell this man. That shows you very well that Imam Madabu is the one mounting pressure on this lawyer that they brought to talk with our former prime minister. It is not the will of our former prime minister because he knows he has a government that he set up with his team. He knows that there is a structure. He knows that our Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere has been elected officially as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile because it is written in that charter he was dancing with before he was arrested and detained. He knows. So for them to bring a lawyer to intercede for him, he knows it will not work. It will not work. So if you are in that group, you better start to do your prayer and fasting because the man have told you the simple truth. Let's have faith in God by God's grace. So he knows nothing compared to what he was packaged for. Absolutely nothing. So if you are waiting for him to release our prime minister or write letter, he can write from now till tomorrow. Nothing will happen if there is no pressure coming from Washington, D.C. And for us to make that pressure to come from Washington, D.C., we have to fund our freedom. As simple as ABC. We have to fund. Manners will not fall from the sky. Those days have gone that manners used to fall. And when that man answered that question, if you go back and listen, it was as cold and silent as a graveyard. Nobody could say anything again because the man said the truth openly. In their mind, they were like, why is this man saying like this? The man said, let me tell you that when you are having hope, there is no hope. Let me just make it very, very clear that where you are having, I just love what that man did. The man made them to understand. The man came out and did collateral damage. And he's also telling them, prepare your mind because this thing that you are forcing me to do, it will not yield any fruit. Let me just tell you that I don't know anything. So that when I fell, you remember this day because the video or the Zoom was recorded. You go back and play that I told you from day one that I don't know this thing you want me to venture into. That I told you that my hope lies in prayers. If we have been praying for how many years, there is no way our prime minister will even knock on the door in Washington, D.C. for it to be open, for him to go in with his briefcase. So the man has prepared their mind before time because failure is coming. I'm not praying for him to fail, but it is the reality. No magic can happen because the foundation is on lies already. They are calling themselves Briggy governing. Which Briggy? What are you governing? So prepare for another package that will come out. They did Zoom meeting, said Prime Minister is coming to speak to Biafrans. It did not work. They now brought propaganda last week. The citizenship will be cancelled. There is a conspiracy. It did not fly. They brought this one now. Expect another one next week. What will happen? Why are they doing all this thing? Because they want to distract you that wants to be distracted. That's it. Where are they today? They have all disappeared. Who is still standing for you today? Biafra Republic government in exile. That is the government that is still standing today. What will make the government to still stand? It is your funding. That's it. Nothing more. Not prayer and fasting. Do what you are supposed to do. And let prayer do what prayer is supposed to do. That is divine. Go and look at the statistics. You will see the number of people that are being slaughtered every day, every minute in Nigeria. Insecurity is increasing every day. People are dying. Mothers are raped. Your sisters are raped. You may say not your blood sisters, but so far as you're a Biafran and they are being raped, those are your sisters. Your brothers are being killed. Look at the number of children that Boko Haram has lined up. How many? More than 100. Lined up, innocent children. What is their hope? Nigerian government have abandoned them. They are busy with their politics. They are fighting themselves politically. Who will be the president? Who will not be the president? The wife of Tinubu is there, talking about her personality, her recognition here and there. They don't care. Ever since she came back from United States of America, has she even paid a visit to all these camps? Has he even gone to IDP camps? Has she even gone to Kwara State to see what is happening? She has not gone. A social media wife, because she wants to retain her position as the first lady. Please, bear friends, let me allow others to talk. If I have the chance, I will come back and chip in one or two things, because we have to wake up.
Exactly.
We have to wake up. It is in our hands to do it. Nobody will do it for us. Biafra Republic government has achieved a lot. If you don't know, go to our website, www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org. They have done a lot.
You hear them? Go there.
Since the detention of our leaders, Onyendu, and our first Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Our current Prime Minister now officially submitted testimony to the United States Congressional Tom Lactose Human Rights Commission, which was called Transnational Repression. Did you see any other group do that? The answer is no. The very first time in modern history that we have reached Washington, D.C., not only reaching, submitting a document that was accepted and approved. There's a difference between a document being accepted and also approved. Because they can accept it, when you turn your back, they put it in the trash. What will you do? You cannot do anything. But this one, our document was accepted, it was also approved, and it is in their website. That is the point I'm trying to make here. All the demands that they made, the United States Congress persons have used that to generate a bill. As I said yesterday, don't say, why is a governors of a Biafra land illegitimate governors? Why is it their names are not there? It is just the beginning. Wait for the second one. Their names must be there. Because Rally More Bill is not saying one person. One person is not the person that is responsible for terrorism in Nigeria. There are many. It is a network. So wait for it to come. It cannot work, or they cannot run faster because you need freedom today, tomorrow. They have to follow the process. They have to follow the structure. They have to follow the template. Not as you wish, but as they decide to run the affairs and get what they want. I told you yesterday that the Meeti Allah, that their name have been listed there, the head, they have board of trustees, and the head of that board of trustees is Sultan of Sokoto. Sultan of Sokoto is the head. None of them will escape. None of them. Even the El Rufai that is bragging today, colluding with Atiku, none of them will escape. All the governors past and present in the 12 states, funding and enabling Sharia, they will collect, including the governors past and present in Biafra land. So for them to carry out the airstrike in Sokoto in December 2025, United States of America, they know what they are doing. So for Meeti Allah to have board of trustees and the head The Che is the Sultan of Sokoto. That should ring a bell in your head that they are not making mistakes. And they can never make mistake. So put yourself together and bring your funding. Let us do this thing once and for all and get out of Nigeria. Because if they take over our land, our own will be the worst. Because they will kill us with aggression. Why? We have been preventing them from killing us. So if there is any loophole, they will not have mercy on any of us. They will use one night and level the whole Biafra land. Who will you cry to? Who will you blame? Is it Biafra Republic government in exile? The answer is no. Is it the de facto in the homeland? The answer is no. Nigeria is busy strategizing here and there. I told you the one they did yesterday. I told you the one they did with Iran. They've gone to African Union to stabilize themselves and have a permanent seat. What do you think they're doing? They are strategizing because when the pressure is too much from United States of America, they will fall back to their OIC members, 57 nations, and the D8, which Nigeria is a member. From the 57 nations in OIC, they've now come out to form the D8, and Nigeria is a member. Funding is not Nigeria's problem. They have fundings. Because one of the objectives in OIC is to make sure that you support your fellow state members, especially when their sovereignty is threatened. And for US to come in, it signals to them that their sovereignty and their borders are being threatened. You saw in the news last week that they have opened their Niger borders for terrorists to come in. And you are folding your hands every day fighting. Who is the true leader? Who should lead us? Is it the leaders in prison that should lead you? Let me hear my mic so that others will talk. If I have the chance, I will come up again. Thank you so much, my minister.
Today is fundraising. Go and support your freedom with your money.
Yeah, Toti, your mic.
Yeah.
You have the mic, Toti.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much,
Are we going to
dear
refresh?
Minister Tutos, and thank you very much, our information minister,
Let's
in the person of
refresh.
Mazi Sonia
Before
Barawa, for
we'll come back.
giving us a platform
Oh,
to
I should leave it.
add our
Leave me in the
voice,
comments.
to the
You want me
safety and
to roll?
progress of humanity through the Biafra Republic and government in exile. I appreciate your personality so much. Thank you very much. And I also want to appreciate our leaders, Mazi NNAMDI KANU, who is the supreme leader of the Biafran people, and also our first Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And we all know where they are today. And where they are today are not their homes. And where they are today is not Biafra land. That is what I want every one of us to first of all acknowledge in what we are doing, especially those of you that are, putting yourself out there, behaving as if you are the most, person, you are the person that love our leaders so much more than everyone else here. No, that's a very big lie. And I also want to appreciate all the ministers in the House. I can see that Mr. Snow, the COS to the Prime Minister. And I also want to appreciate the Prime Minister and the person of His Excellency Mazi Oge Chukwu Nkere for his selfless service to the Biafran cause. And I want to say, may Chukwu Kabiyama continue to bless you and also empower you in making sure that this mantle that has been given to you, that at the end of the day, it becomes a success. And I also want to appreciate all the ministers and every one of us, and those of us here in the listening section. I want to appreciate every one of us, but due to time frame, I may not be able to mention everyone's name. So, anonymously, and I'm saluting and appreciating every one of us. And we should not forget that today is our fundraising also, and very soon we'll be moving over to our fundraising. We expect every one of you here to be on that fundraising, because it's very imperative at this point in time. And when I say at this point in time, where Brigi has been able to, charter that demonic veil of impunity by the Fulani oligarchy, for so many years, so many decades, and centuries, the Fulani has been killing Christians with impunity, and at the end of the day, nothing is being done to them. And then that is why I'm so much proud. I'm so much proud about me being, in connection with what Briggy is doing. And then, previously, the Fulani, they normally like to cook for other people. But today, Briggy has been able to cook for them. And that is why you see them fighting one another. Just like, because Tutor said a lot of things, I don't think maybe I even need to say anything, just for us to just, close the space and, prepare for the fundraising. But let me just talk to the Biafran people a little bit. For decades and centuries, what is happening today in Nigeria has never happened before. Even during the Biafran War, it has never happened. The type of confusion, the type of disunity, and the type of confrontation between the Fulani oligarchy has never happened any time in the history of the Nigeria state. And that is why today you see them stopping El-Rufai from the airport, not to fly out. They know what they are doing. And El-Rufai came out to say the person that made the call to stop him from flying out and seize his passport is Ribadu. Today you will hear that the name of Kwankwaso has been mentioned. Today you cannot even hear the voice of their so-called head of caliphate, the Satan of Sokoto. Have anybody heard his voice on this one? Since on the 25th of December 2025, that the U.S. Department of War launched a strike in Sokoto. Have you heard the Sultan of Sokoto said anything? These things are not happening because you are praying. No, because all of you have been praying all these years and they keep killing you people now. All your pastors, you people have been doing VG from morning to night, fasting and prayer. Nobody heard your voice. So many so-called self-acclaimed activists have been speaking, have been talking from all the local media in Nigeria. Did anything happen? Did you guys see or experience what is happening here back then? It's because the Biafran Republic government in Nigeria took that bold step to walk into Washington, D.C. And they did not just stop at the corridor. They went into the office. They plead their case. And the world listened to the case of the Christians that are being killed in Nigeria. Briggy was able to expose those atrocities, those human rights abuses that the Nigerian terrorist government have been committing with impunity for decades and centuries. The Biafran Republic government in exile was able to expose the atrocities to the international community. And the reason why I'm trying to break these things down little by little is most especially for those of you out there that are still trying to downplay the achievements of the Biafran Republic government in exile in the international community. Because some of you will say, what is Briggy doing for the release of our supreme leader? What is Briggy doing what is Briggy doing regarding the release? Just out of your own self-destructive spirit, you don't want to acknowledge the simple fact that yes, that Briggy is doing the right thing. It was because of Briggy that the name of NNAMDI KANU was mentioned in one of the congressional hearing in Capitol Hill by Rep. James. I know so many of us remember. It's because of the testimony of our Prime Minister, Mazi Ogechukwu Nkere, during the Tom Lato's human rights hearing on human rights abuses. The testimony there. That was where the name of Mazi NNAMDI KANU was, abstracted from. to symbolize that, yes, the reason why he spoke out against this Christian genocide, he spoke out against it bitterly. That is why he was acknowledged. But unfortunately, when he was speaking, nobody was, listening to him. Even though if some of them were listening to him, they did not take whatever he's saying serious, because he has not been able to make, to make that right step. Because as an organization, you cannot go and discuss with the government. And that is why Brigi came up. That was why Brigi came up. To push that vision, that aspiration, that idea to the offices of congressmen and women in Washington, D.C. Because of some of you that doesn't understand the meaning of the Biafran Republic government in exile and what it stands for, that it is only the Biafran Republic government in exile that will do what we release our prime minister, our first prime minister, and our supreme leader, and also give us freedom. Any other thing anybody is doing out there is just babadash. You can continue to play ignorance, so you can continue to insult anybody you want to insult to, but you are just wasting your time, except you are not serious regarding what you were doing for your freedom. That is the reason why you are still stuck out there in all these NNAMDI, social club platforms. Because if you really need this your freedom, you will be government in exile is doing, and also make sure that you support your freedom through the Biafran Republic government in exile. Brigi has been able to dismantle that stronghold of the Fulani jihadist caliphate. Brigi has been able to destroy. Now they are fighting themselves because they know they are the terrorists. And nobody is going to run away. If I want to run away, they bring him back. All of them will remain there. And some of you will be asking, what is Brigi? What is Brigi doing? What has Brigi done for the release of our supreme leader and our first prime minister? The Biafra Republic government in exile is into diplomatic war with the Nigerian states. And the Biafra Republic government in exile have been mentioned as the sole lobby regarding this Christian genocide. They have been mentioned several on different local and international platforms. But some of you, just because of that, your self-destructive spirit, if it is not me, then it is the highway. If it is Mazio Gechikunke, that means nobody should get freedom. A very bad mindset. The Biafran Republic government in exile to welcome every genuine Biafrans out there. Even though if you are not genuine, you are welcome. We want freedom for you. We know you need freedom. But that thing in you is what is stopping you from doing the right thing. So we are inviting every one of you. Today is our fundraising. And in a few minutes' time, the fundraising will be kicking off. And then the link, the Zoom link, the information minister's ex-handle is also there. My ex-handle, because I posted it, is also there in is also there in all Brigi media and supporters and ex-handle here. So you can go and check me and call me. You're invited. Every one of us needs to come together now. Let's make things happen. We've already ignited the fire. What we need now is to intensify that fire. That is what we're supposed to be doing now. And if we did not take time, if we allow the Nigerian terrorist government to overrun us in Washington, D.C., we'll have ourselves to blame. Because these things cost money. You don't go to war with bare hands. Even if you have gun, you need to find bullet before you shoot that gun. If you have gun and you don't have bullet, there's no how that gun will be useful to you in defending yourself before your enemies. So it doesn't end that, yes, the American government is now speaking about it. No. We need to keep pushing until we achieve the main purpose of us doing what we are doing now, which is the freedom of over 80 million. Everyone, of course, that have taken out their time to grace this space today. And I'm also looking forward to see every one of us, because we are so much here in the space. And I'm also looking forward to see every one of us there. Come with your, those that with your widow's mite, you can come with your widow's mite. You can come with your boulevard. You can come, with your, whatever that that you can be able to, give to the Biafra Republic government in exile for this ongoing diplomatic warfare that is happening between the Biafran people and the Nigerian terrorist government. Because this is out there, it's out there. All of you are seeing it. All of you are seeing it. You cannot tell me that you're not seeing it. This is not a story. You understand? Even when the Nigerian government brought out $9 million for them, they mentioned the Biafran Republic government in exile. So we are all welcome on the phone. You can unmute yourself now.
Thank you, Mazi. We have to bring this place down because
I'm not hearing anything. I don't know if they have bring the space down already. Okay, I think they already. Okay, and they won. Everybody, let's go to fundraising and join the fundraising. If you need freedom, you do something. We don't support freedom with mouth. Aka na-akpa. Ka ndị a na-ejide ndị Fulani na-akpụrụ. They pay ransom to Fulani to buy weapon and come and buy us the more. They won't. Defend yourself. This is golden opportunity when Trump and America is putting mouth now. Ọ ga-adịkwa egwu ma Trump chịcha pụọ. Ee ya. Atụọrọ ọmara ọmanụ. Atụọrọ ofe ka ofe isi na Sambisa Forest. They won't. Happy Val to everybody. Biafra, I love you.